economic downturn.
We had a good childhood. We didn't have a lot, but I think Debbie wanted more.
As mills and factories are closed, ambitious young people look elsewhere to find a more promising future.
Plus, Utica is 4 hours from New York City. Anyone with big city dreams is going to be leaving town as soon as they can.
Deborah's upbringing in Utica is modest. Her mother and stepfather both have children, so it's a busy blended household with up to 7 kids underfoot. And no money to spare.
Debbie got a new bike one time, and I'll never forget, her being so excited about having a brand new bike. I remember that being one of the bright moments in her life.
Deborah studies nursing at the local Mohawk Valley College in Utica and graduates in 1975.
Nursing is a portable job, and she can take it anywhere. It's a perfect ticket for someone with dreams of traveling and working wherever she wants.
Deborah's dreams of leaving Utica for a better life hit a speed bump when she marries a local man, Phil Clark, in the summer of 1973.
It's a classic starter marriage. She gets hitched to Phil Clark, takes his surname, and almost immediately sees that this might not have been such a great life move. Deborah used to tell her sister that Utica was a dead end, so it's not a shock to anyone when she tells her family she's moving to Miami.
So she went to the airport in Syracuse, left the car in the airport, jumped on a plane, and went to Miami.
Miami is booming. Deborah quickly gets a nursing job at Coral Gables Hospital. She wants more. She dreams of becoming a lawyer. She's not afraid of anyone.
One time she got into a dispute with a senior doctor and recorded a meeting they had with an intermediary. It's clear when you hear Deborah's voice that she is one tough cookie.
You want me to go to another apartment, you're going to fire me because I won't go. I will not amend it on. Because if you want to fight, you'll have to.
It's amazing now to hear Deborah's voice. She's a strong-willed young woman who clearly knows how to stand up for herself. She's fearless. And she had plans to become a lawyer one day.
At 7 a.m. on Wednesday, August 3rd, 1977, Deborah finishes her shift as her colleague, Marianne LaRusso, is beginning hers.
Marianne recalled saying a quick hi-bye to Deborah as her friend clocked out.
The following day, Marianne gets a call from the hospital asking if she knows where Deborah is.
Turns out, Deborah didn't show up for her 11 p.m. shift the night before. Marianne is immediately worried for her friend. It's not like Deborah to miss work without notice.
When Marianne calls her home and gets no answer, her concern escalated right away.
Marianne keeps trying Deborah's phone number during the day, and that evening she goes over to Deborah's house. There's no answer at her door.
Marianne noticed that Deborah's car is still in the driveway and the light's on inside, but there's still no answer to her phone or when she knocks on the door.
It's way out of character for Deborah to drop out of sight without letting people know where she is.
The hospital calls Marianne again on the next day, Saturday, August 6th, to tell her that Deborah has missed a second shift in a row.
By now, Marianne is convinced that something bad's happened to her friend Deborah.
A nurse with a busy social life misses a shift. Well, that happens all the time. But Deborah has been missing for 2 whole days without explanation. Marianne needs to find her colleague right now.
Just after 7:30 p.m., Marianne LaRusso calls 911. The operator dispatches uniformed police officer Thomas Guilfoyle to Deborah's residence.
Guilfoyle's a young cop. He's just 29. Tries the door. Still no answer. The door's locked and there's no signs of forced entry.
I talked to the witness again, and there was one light on in one room on the second story of the townhouse. She told me that was Deborah's bedroom, only light on in the house.
At this point, it's up to the police to determine whether or not to enter a home without permission. In this case, Deborah's unexplained absence and her friend's concern about her safety is more than enough reason to take a closer look.
I spoke with her friend, who was on the scene as well, and I went all around the house. I had to climb about an 8-foot wall to get into the patio.
Officer Guilfoyle climbs up onto a pergola to get a better look into Deborah Clark's front bedroom window.
I looked in and I saw a human body, which turned out to have been Deborah, lying on the bed. The bed was against the wall where the window was, so her head was towards me and she was lying sort of spread eagled on the bed.
Officer Guilfoyle pries open the slider door and goes inside.
From the appearance through a window, I assumed something bad has happened and she was probably dead.
It's summertime. There's a strong smell of death inside Deborah's apartment. Her body's lying on the bed, her chest, neck, and face are covered with dried blood.
Deborah Clark has been dead for 2 whole days, leaving plenty of time for her killer to get away.
Why should you be interested in a WellCare Medicare Advantage plan?
With a WellCare Medicare Advantage plan, you could be eligible to receive more benefits than original Medicare, like dental, vision, and hearing coverage at no additional cost.
You could qualify to enroll right now if you're turning 65, have limited income, or you are moving. And if you have both Medicare and Medicaid, you can receive even more benefits with the Spendables card, with an allowance for over-the-counter health items.
A Medicare Advantage plan from WellCare could offer you additional benefits, including vision coverage that can help pay for eye exams and new glasses or contacts, hearing coverage, and dental coverage, which may include checkups and cleanings, plus prescription drug coverage to help lower your costs. And you could receive these additional benefits all for a $0 or low monthly plan premium.
Call WellCare now for an all-in-one guide to learn more. WellCare Medicare Advantage plans also include covering the costs of preventive care services and annual tests.
Plus fitness benefits, mental health services with Twill, a digital mental health and social support resource, and telehealth.
WellCare has been in healthcare for more than 35 years. We're passionate about helping people get the right coverage. Call WellCare now for an all-in-one guide to learn more, and for a one-on-one consultation with an experienced WellCare licensed sales agent.
If you wait, you could miss out on valuable benefits you deserve, like dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drug coverage.
WellCare, the coverage you need and more. Call the number on your screen or visit our website today.
LitterRobot has now solved the litter box problem for over 1 million pet parents around the world. Hi, I'm Brad Baxter, founder of Whisker and LitterRobot. I'm proud to say that every robot has been designed, assembled, and serviced right here in the USA. Try LitterRobot today.
It's some Poshmark.
It's here?
And it's half off.
Find the best deals today.
Yes, Poshmark.
I knew Poshmark would have it.
They're perfect. Find everything you want on Poshmark. Download the app to start shopping today.
Here at Drive Time, we approve 99% of people who apply.
I got a
With no credit hit.
Yes, showing thousands of amazing car options under 15 grand.
Okay, Drive Time.
This is a commercial. Go get your real deal at drivetime.com.
His injury is a lifelong injury. It's hard day to day, but he has never given up. How proud were you to serve?
Very proud.
Very proud? When that national anthem plays, this guy is the first to stand. It might take 2 of us to help him stand, but he's the one standing. I thank God every day for those that have donated and continue to donate to Wounded Warrior Project.
The horrible events of September 11th continue to leave their mark on our nation. Many wounded veterans urgently need your help. Join Wounded Warrior Project. With a gift of just $19 a month, you will provide free programs and services that can change a person's life forever.
Yeah. I left for deployment. I was skateboarding with my kid, and I came back and I couldn't walk across the room without a cane. I was struggling just to do everyday life. Wounded Warrior Project is someone throwing you a life jacket when you're drowning and helping you survive. There are so many veterans out there that need the help.
Call or go online with your gift of $19 a month, and we will send you this Wounded Warrior Project blanket as a reminder of the difference your gifts are making.
During the national anthem, when you hear the words, "the land of the free and the home of the brave," I know one of them. I mean, that's your baby going to war.
I'd do it all over again. The money you give goes to people like us, and that's all for me.
Please remember those whose brave service ensured we would never experience another day like 9/11. Call or go online right now.
Weight loss medications you can actually afford? Yes. If you qualify at ZOPPA, providers can prescribe medications like Ozempic and Wegovy that are 90% less expensive, all 100% online, shipped directly to your door. That's right, GLP-1s for as little as $25 a month. Just text TRACKER to 200-300 right now and see if you qualify at ZOPPA for medications like Wegovy and other GLP-1s for as little as $25 a month. Text TRACKER to 200-300. That's TRACKER to 200-300.
From a young age, Deborah Pentola dreams of escaping her drab upbringing in Utica, New York, and making something of herself in a big, glittering city somewhere fresh and new. She studies nursing, and after a brief failed marriage to a man who gives her the surname Clark, Deborah moves in 1975 to the exciting city of Coral Gables, Florida.
This is where Deborah's life gets a bit more complicated. She starts an affair with a prominent and flashy real estate salesman, Alan Bregman.
Alan Bregman is 36, and he's married. He works for his father, managing properties around Miami, and he lives in an upscale waterfront home in Miami Beach, down the street from Lagorce Country Club. Deborah's affair with Bregman goes on for about a year. In that time, Bregman promises to leave his 32-year-old wife Lawrence and marry her. And together they can bring up his 2-year-old son Brandon.
Everybody thought they were going to get married. They went out, they acted like they were going to get married.
People say she's happy when she's with him, and she believes in their future together.
And then, so they say, something hit the fan, and it all unravels.
On the morning of August 3rd, 1977, Deborah crosses paths with her friend and fellow nurse, Marianne LaRusso. Deborah is coming off her night shift, and Marianne is just starting her workday.
It's a brief hello goodbye. Nothing special, but this will turn out to be the last time Marianne ever sees her good friend Deborah Clark alive.
That evening, Deborah wakes up from her daytime sleep. Soon she'll get ready to go to work at Coral Gables Hospital again. She's still got her pajamas on when there's someone at the door.
It's her boyfriend, Alan Bregman.
Why did Alan Bregman come to Deborah's place that day? His wife Florence has learned that he is cheating on her. She's threatening divorce. Whatever he tells her then, Deborah does not take this news well.
The couple argues. They go into Deborah's bedroom.
We know from voice recordings of Deborah at work that she is very capable of standing up for herself. It seems certain that Alan Bregman would know he had his hands full if he started an argument with Deborah.
Crime scene investigators look for evidence that the victim fought back before they were killed. Detective Stephen P. McKelvey takes the lead at the scene.
Born in Miami in 1943, Detective McKelvey is a Vietnam vet turned cop. He makes a thorough search of the bedroom where Deborah's body was first found by Officer Guilfoyle.
The detectives were very accommodating for me, being a fairly new officer. They let me stay on the scene for almost 4 hours and observe and kind of assist a little bit, which doesn't always happen. So I learned a lot.
Coral Gables holds some of the wealthiest zip codes in the country. All eyes are going to be on this investigation.
The detectives will wait for the pathologist's report to confirm a cause of death. Deborah was shot in the chest and beaten repeatedly around her head area. She did not die immediately.
McKelvey will check Deborah's fingernails. Did she struggle? Was her killer injured in the fight?
She is in her bedroom, in her pajamas. There must have been a level of trust between Deborah and her killer.
A level of intimacy between Deborah and the killer might help to explain why there are no telltale signs of a struggle. such as bruising on the victim's arms or shoulders.
As the detective inspects Deborah's body, a tiny detail catches his eye. Officer Guilfoyle helps the detectives take a photo of the single black hair on Deborah's arm.
That's a clue that might have easily been overlooked. Deborah's a blonde. This hair is dark. Whoever this hair belongs to, it isn't her.
If this is a robbery gone wrong, the neighbors will worry that they might be next. But as McKelvey makes his sweep of the room, it doesn't appear at first that anything of value is missing.
The room isn't ransacked the way one would expect to find it in a burglary. None of the jewelry's missing. The contents of Deborah's wallet all seem to be there. It's strange. There are some things out of place. Empty hangers in the closet. Has some clothing been taken? And if it has been, why?
Taking items or trophies from the place where a person is murdered, particularly if the killer is obsessed with the dead person, is a distinct possibility.
An empty hanger might just be that. An empty hanger. However, at this moment, no clue should be overlooked.
McKelvey notes that in addition to the gunshot wound to Deborah's chest, she has been beaten over the head with a blunt object. There are some broken bits of material on the bed that may have come from a gun butt. By the doorway, the detective sees that the front door lock has not been tampered with, and it is in perfect working order. Detectives conclude that whoever committed this crime locked the door behind them on the way out.
Deborah's keys are still hanging on the hook inside the door. Could the killer possess their own set of keys? All the windows are shut and locked tight. There's no sign of forced entry.
Who came to Deborah's home that evening and left this vivacious young nurse dead on her bed?
The True Crime Network. Download the free app.
Iconic supermodel Cindy Crawford is more radiant than ever.
And with her gorgeous, age-defying skin, Us Weekly says whatever she's doing, it's clearly working.
What's Cindy's secret to keep her skin looking so youthful year after year? It's Meaningful Beauty, created by world-renowned cosmetic specialist Dr. Jean-Louis Sabat.
He's been hailed as an anti-aging guru and a skin magician who's been honored with Elle Magazine's Genius Award.
His incredible treatments harness the power of a genetically unique melon found only in the south of France. It contains an astonishing youth-preserving enzyme known as the youth molecule.
You can see that the ordinary melon wrinkles, ages, and decays,
while Dr. Sabat's remarkable melon with the youth molecule stays fresh and firm.
Now he's discovered a breakthrough to deliver his age-defying ingredients even deeper into the skin, where wrinkles begin, so your skin looks and acts like it did when it was younger.
Pinch test.
And now there's really big news. These days, it's all about enhancing your skincare with the latest technology. Introducing Cindy's Targeted Treatment Duo, an incredible value at $128. Today, it's free with your order.
Get ready to celebrate how beautiful your skin can be.
This is our 20th anniversary of Meaningful Beauty.
Join Cindy and women who've fallen in love with these new and advanced formulas.
I can sum it up in one word: hydration. Glowy, smooth, magical. I'm not ashamed to say I am 53 years old. Thank you, Cindy.
Who's been using it the longest?
17 years.
17? Oh my gosh. I've often heard this. Are you drinking from the fountain of youth? And I say no, but I'm putting it on.
What I'm most proud of is over 5 million women have trusted Meaningful Beauty, and they're getting great results, and I get that feedback from them in airports, supermarkets, walking down the street, and I love it.
Now it's your turn to try our best system ever with 5 concentrated super treatments. And with your order, Cindy wants you to have her Targeted Treatment Duo for free.
The Meaningful Beauty magic starts with Cindy's skin-softening gentle cleanser. Refresh, hydrate, and clean away impurities and makeup without sulfates.
Next, get that luminous glow with our anti-aging day cream with broad spectrum SPF 30. This vanishing formula is designed to nourish while it protects your skin from the sun.
Now, it's Cindy's Advanced Lifting Eye Cream that reduces the look of puffiness, dark circles, and crow's feet.
You'll also get the all-new Advanced Age Recovery Night Cream with our exclusive retinol, which delivers even more of our age-defying ingredients and transforms your skin overnight.
And listen to this. The new and improved Advanced Youth Activating Melon Serum with Hydrosome H2O now delivers our melon leaf stem cell technology deeper into the skin where wrinkles begin. Your skin will look smoother, firmer, and brighter.
Instant hydration, instant plumping. My skin looks amazing.
Dr. Sabah's clients pay hundreds to thousands of dollars for his treatments. That's why, when purchased separately, Meaningful Beauty's regular price of $179 is already an incredible bargain.
But Cindy decided to make her secret affordable for everyone, so you won't pay $179 or $139 or even $99.
Today, you'll pay just $69.95 for all 5 concentrated super treatments.
And be among the first 500 to order, and you'll receive the ultimate skincare upgrade with Cindy's exclusive Targeted Treatment Duo, a $128 value, free.
Don't miss out on the latest technology everyone is talking about. Our advanced skin renewing facial tool delivers heat, vibration, and red light benefits for visibly smoother skin. And our luxurious wrinkle smoothing capsules packed with age-defying ingredients enhance your glow.
This plus this equals incredible results.
Imagine you'll get all these age-defying super treatments over $300 total value, yours now for just $69.95. But you must act quickly.
Because for a limited time, smart shoppers who use promo code SAVE20 will receive an additional $20 savings instantly. That means you'll pay just $49.95, a full 75% off the regular price. We'll even add free shipping, and your order always comes with our 60-day money-back guarantee.
Meaningful Beauty is about helping women feel confident in their skin and letting their true beauty shine through.
Don't miss this opportunity to experience Meaningful Beauty. But hurry, this exclusive offer won't last. Scan the QR code, call the number below, or visit meaningfulbeauty.com to claim your exclusive deal today.
Coming up next on True Crime Network.
On August 6, 1977, detectives are combing through Deborah Clark's Coral Gables townhouse, where she was shot and beaten to death 2 days earlier. There is no sign of forced entry into the home of the young blonde nurse. Some personal items are missing, but this does not appear to be a robbery.
But there's that one single dark hair, out of place.
Police contact Deborah's family members to let them know the terrible news. Her younger brother, Brian Pentola, is a sailor on the USS Lafayette, an SSB-16 nuclear ballistic class submarine docked at Holy Rock Port in Scotland.
The captain came down and he had a real stern look on his face. He says, "Hey, Officer Pentola, I didn't see you in my stateroom." He was just, very straightforward. And he says, "Do you have a sister named Debbie?" And I said, "Yeah." And just no thought even came into my head. And he said, "Well, she's been killed."
Brian Pentola can barely comprehend what they're telling him.
Because we were close, and it just stunned me, shocked me. Anything you can imagine. Pain was just incredible.
Brian's Navy buddies do a whip around and pay for his emergency flight home to New York State.
I remember sitting on the plane, I was just sitting there numb. I can remember it like it was this morning.
Deborah's death will haunt her brother for years. Brian felt he should have done more after his sister was killed. As he once said of himself, "Your sister was murdered, and you did nothing."
When her belongings were brought home from Florida in a rental truck, I had to unpack them. There was fingerprint dust on everything, and it was so hard. The things that really struck my heart were when I opened up books she had, and then I saw little flowers pressed between the pages of the book, and the sensitivity of her nature and her spirit came through, and it was crushing.
Time is already working against homicide investigators in Miami. Police are first called to Deborah's home by her friend and fellow nurse, Marianne LaRusso.
Marianne spent more than a day trying to find Deborah after she failed to turn up for a shift at the hospital.
By the time Miami police officer Thomas Guilfoyle finds Deborah's body in her bedroom on the evening of August 6th, she's already been dead for 2 days. Naturally, the whole ordeal has shaken Marianne quite badly, but she's happy to help police identify anything significant at the crime scene that might lead to the identity of her killer.
Police asked Marianne about the last time she saw Deborah. Was she unhappy at all? Was there anything wrong then?
Detective McKelvey runs through the timeline with Marianne. He's taking careful notes. He shows her some photographs taken at the crime scene and asks her if anything looks amiss or out of place.
She studies the photos carefully and points out that some framed pictures of Deborah and her boyfriend, Alan Bregman, have been taken down from the walls.
She tells police she knows the pictures were there before Deborah was killed. Did the photos include images of the killer? These missing pictures could be keys to the investigation.
Police want to know if anything else of value is missing from Deborah's home, such as money, electronics, or jewelry.
A number of valuables are still in the townhouse. If Deborah's purse is untouched, we can pretty much rule out a robbery gone wrong.
On August 7th, 1977, Deputy Chief Medical Examiner Dr. Ronald K. Wright performs an autopsy on Deborah Clark's body.
Dr. Wright determines that the cause of death is the gunshot to the center of Deborah's chest. She also is being hit on the head with a blunt object.
The medical examiner confirms that there was no defensive wound on Deborah's arm. Also, an examination of the fingernails revealed no signs of foreign skin. This means that there was no fight and there was no struggle prior to her being shot.
When Detective McKelvey reviews the forensics report from Dr. Wright, he is convinced that whoever murdered Deborah was well known to her.
The likelihood this is a burglary gone wrong is ruled out at this time.
A title search of Deborah Clark's residence turns up an interesting fact. The property is owned by her boyfriend, Alan Bregman.
Bregman and his father are well-known real estate players in the local market. This is the same Alan Bregman who Marianne claims is in the missing framed picture in Deborah's home. And if Bregman owns the house, what are the odds he has a key to it?
Big-time Miami real estate agent Alan Bregman has just become suspect number 1 in the Deborah Clark murder case. Police call Alan Bregman in for questioning.
Detective McKelvey grills Bregman about the nature of his relationship with Deborah Clark.
He says they were friends, but denies that they had an ongoing sexual relationship. He does admit, however, that they slept together once or twice.
Detective McKelvey presents Bregman with evidence that perhaps he and Deborah were closer than he's letting on.
Police show Bregman the title deed to Deborah's residence. It's got Alan Bregman's name on it. Was she his mistress living in his little love nest?
But Alan is a prominent real estate agent. He has several properties in the area, and he says his friend Deborah just happens to be a renter. If he thought they were more than friends, then it was all in her imagination.
Alan Bregman is an avid boater who serves as a volunteer with the U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary.
In the days before Deborah's murder, Bregman was taking part in a training course in the New York area.
If Bregman was out of Florida when Deborah was murdered, he may have a perfect alibi.
Nearly 1 in 4 U.S. consumers have been a victim of identity theft, even when they did all the right things to protect their personal information.
I did everything right, but an institution that had my data didn't, and now my identity's been stolen.
Banks, hospitals, employers, and other institutions all have your personal information too, and when they're exposed, careful monitoring of your accounts and credit won't be enough.
I change my passwords all the time. I shred my documents. I thought I was bulletproof, honestly.
I was on the hook.
for a $75,000 loan I didn't take out. The information thieves need to steal your identity is already in the hands of others, and it only takes one vulnerability in one place to put your identity at risk.
Let me make this very, very clear. You could do nothing wrong, be perfect about all of your security, and still be a victim of identity theft.
Tens of thousands of my hard-earned money gone.
The stakes are high, and even if you take steps to protect your personal information, you're not the only one who has it. Only LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every second, alerting you to the widest volume of threats others could miss, far beyond what you could possibly monitor on your own. Like someone trying to use your social security number to open a loan, purchase a home in your name, or even take over your investment accounts.
The alerts I get from LifeLock are super simple. Was this you? Yes or no?
And if you become a victim, a dedicated U.S.-based identity restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed. All LifeLock members are backed by the LifeLock $1 Million Protection Package, including reimbursement for stolen funds.
There was a letter from LifeLock with a check for over $81,000. They made me whole.
Call now or go online and use promo code GET35 to save 35% off an annual plan for your first year. All plans include a 60-day money-back guarantee. Call 1-800-709-0371. Or visit lifelock.com/get35 to save 35% on your first year. Enroll now.
On August 6, 1977, a 23-year-old nurse, Deborah Clark, is found dead on her bed in her Coral Gables home 2 days after she missed a shift at a local hospital. Lead Detective Stephen P. McKelvey quickly focuses his investigation on Alan Bregman, who was Deborah's clandestine lover and owner of the townhouse where she lived.
All signs point to Bregman, and if it wasn't him, then who could it have possibly been?
I thought it was him. The boyfriend was the defendant. Eventually, I thought so myself, based on he had a key, no forced entrance, no sexual battery of the victim, nothing stolen except the photos off the wall and his clothing.
But Alan Bregman is in New York on a Coast Guard training course in early August. Being out of Florida when Deborah was killed would give him a perfect alibi. But then, there is a stunning revelation.
It turns out that Bregman left his Coast Guard training course in New York early and flew home to Miami on August 4th.
Bregman landed around 2:30 p.m., giving him plenty of time to get to Deborah's townhouse before she was killed around 7:50 that evening.
No one heard Deborah and Bregman fighting, so it's hard to be sure exactly how events played out.
Why did Alan Bregman bring a gun to Deborah's apartment that morning? Did he know he was going to use it?
Deborah was found with blunt trauma head wounds, so we know that not only did he shoot her, he also beat her. There were fragments of a broken gun butt found on the bed, but the murder weapon was still missing from the room. Did Deborah fight back? She's a healthy young woman. You would expect her to.
When he shot her, apparently it severed her spine, so she was partially paralyzed as he beat her with the pistol.
After he shoots Deborah, Bregman hits her with his fist, with a gun butt, until it breaks into pieces.
The attack is just so vicious. Bregman brought a gun to Deborah's house, which makes me wonder whether the attack was premeditated. But whatever Bregman had in mind, Deborah didn't expect to be attacked by the man she loved.
The thing that really bothered me and made it stick with me, I think, right up until that evening, Deborah was in love with this man. She had told her friends, he's getting a divorce finally, we're going to get married, we'll be very happy.
This is a crime of passion committed by someone she loves, someone she trusts, someone who shoots her, and then he bludgeons her to death.
After he kills Deborah, Bregman has plenty of time to remove his personal effects from her townhouse.
Because he had 2 or 3 days before the police got there to get pictures off the wall, any incriminating evidence or clothes. He had plenty of time. Everything was gone. Everything.
McKelvey wants to know why Bregman returned to Miami from his Coast Guard training 2 days before his course was due to end. Bregman tells police that he got a call while he was in New York, telling him that his wife was planning to begin divorce proceedings against him.
And he insists that none of his problems with his wife, Florence, had anything to do with Deborah.
But Florence filed for divorce from Alan on August 8th, just 2 days after Deborah's body was discovered.
Alan Bregman's motive for returning early to Miami may make sense in light of his failing marriage, but the fact remains, he is in Miami when the murder occurs.
McKelvey brings all the evidence he has to the local district attorney, but the DA is unwilling to press charges against Alan Bregman.
With modern DNA technology, fingerprint technology, surveillance cameras everywhere, cell phone trackings and whatnot, today, making a case against Alan Bregman will be a lot easier.
It's worth mentioning that Bregman is part of a powerful and wealthy family in the Miami area. He has access to top legal resources and will put up a formidable defense in court. And if the DA can't win, well, she doesn't want to go to trial. Miami in the late 1970s had the unhappy distinction of being one of America's murder capitals. It was a time when homicide detectives were overwhelmed by violent cases.
A couple years later, we were up to 600 murders, and it may have fallen between the cracks.
Unless McKelvey can catch a break in the case, Deborah Clark's murder is likely to become just another cold case file on Miami's mounting list of unsolved murders.
The more time that goes by without a break in the case, the less likely it is the crime will get solved.
Maybe it was the caseload of the detectives. I know the homicide detectives always work long hours. It may have just been that the new hot cases came along and this one became cold.
But then, there is a break. Police learned that on August 8th, less than a week after her murder, Alan Bregman files an insurance claim on Deborah Clark's life for $148,000.
Now you're talking roughly $150,000 in 1977. That's a lot of money back then. It's equal to about $1 million in today's money. This is a huge red flag.
Detective McKelvey contacts Deborah's insurance company to learn more about her life insurance policy.
On April 1st, 1977, Deborah applied for a life policy through Allstate Insurance. It became effective on May 1st, 1 month later. At the time of the application, Deborah listed her sisters as the beneficiaries.
But it didn't stay that way. And on May 6th, shortly after the policy came into effect, Deborah requested in writing to have Alan Bregman named as the sole beneficiary.
If you're looking for a motive, just follow the money.
While the investigation continues into Deborah Clark's murder, her body is laid to rest.
You hate to see it. A young woman, full of life, cut short far too soon. Plus, the family must deal with the fact that her killing remains unsolved.
Many friends, family, and co-workers are in attendance at Deborah Clark's funeral. But one man, Alan Bregman, is nowhere to be seen.
Why isn't Bregman there? Is he too upset by the gruesome murder to attend? Does her family blame him for her murder? Or is it a guilty mind that keeps this man from paying his final respects to Deborah Clark?
Even with a pile of circumstantial evidence, including the life insurance policy that benefits Alan Bregman, the district attorney is still unwilling to press charges.
It's a judgment call for the prosecutors. On the page, the circumstantial case against Bregman looks fairly compelling, but a high-powered defense attorney can tear it apart.
And there is no murder weapon. There are no witnesses or any hard evidence linking him to the murder. At least nothing that would hold up in court in the late 1970s.
Detective McKelvey shelves the case and moves on to other serious cases. And there is no shortage of crime in Miami in the late 1970s.
Drug crimes and homicides became an epidemic. Sometimes detectives like McKelvey simply didn't have the luxury of pursuing a case properly.
It's a tough pill to swallow. You have all these pieces that paint a picture of Bregman as the killer.
Deborah Clark's family is heartbroken, and her case goes stone cold.
At Drive Time, we make it easy to get the car you want. Get approved, and you can control your real payments on any car.
So if I like this car, but I love this other car, I can change the terms so the monthly payment works for me?
Yeah. This is a commercial. Go get your real deal at drivetime.com.
You may be eligible for a Medicare Advantage plan if you're turning 65, have limited income, or you're moving. See how a WellCare Medicare Advantage plan could get you some big benefits.